Hello everybody, welcome back to Leeton. My name's Jace and this channel is about our journey to become more self-sufficient in veg, fruit, eggs and maybe some honey. And this is the April veg plot tour. So we may as well start here. These are my Charlotte early or second early potatoes, and this is an experiment that I'm running where the two pots at the back got my homemade compost. The next two going this way, the next two are shop bought. These two are shop bought with potato feed, and these two are shop bought with fish blood and bone. Now, looking at it, the homemade compost is certainly producing more foliage, more leaves. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to produce more potatoes. It's a root crop. It's what's going on under the ground, obviously, that matters. So we're going to have to wait and see. Did get a little bit nipped by the frost, even though I covered them with polythene last week when we had some cold weather. Just a few of the leaves that were touching the polythene did get nipped, but that hasn't affected the plants at all, and they're looking very healthy. Okay, over here I have set up an area to grow marrowfat peas. So just some plastic netting on the shed, and I'm going to grow them in these troughs. I did sow some carrots in there as well at the front, the ones that only grow quite short, just to try and get a multi-crop out of the same area. Moving on round here, we have got King Edward in pots, and Maris Piper in pots, and then this area here up to that piece of wood, that's also Maris Piper, and then the next area, the next bit of bed there between the two pieces of wood, they are Pink Fir Apple. Nothing coming through yet, they were only put in a couple of weeks ago. And this area here is more Charlotte. So they were planted probably a good month after the ones in the pots. Just trying to stagger my crop, really. Around here, the rhubarb is still going rampant. Look at the blossom on that apple tree. Isn't that gorgeous? It really is nice. And that tree, we moved in January. Moved it a bit away from the fence a bit. It was too close. And it hasn't affected it at all. It's doing really well. Brassicas in here. So these are sprouts here. I had a bit of a problem with slugs, so I have put some beer traps in with roof tiles over them just to stop the rain filling them up. So we've got sprouts here, and then we've got a whole load of broccoli, and then at the end we've got some cauliflower and then some cabbage, some Savoy cabbage. Here we have, these are Stuttgart onions, and these were sown last summer and they've gone all the way through the winter, and I'm hoping that they will come on now the weather's warming up and we'll get some early onions. Got a bit of weeding to do as well. And then here, this is onions sown in January in seed trays, module trays, and they go up to where those two plant pots are over there. There's about 80 or so onions here. There should have been more, but I cooked a whole module tray of onions in a clutch over the Easter bank holiday. Just got distracted and forgot about them. Got pyracanthus growing up the fence there, hopefully. I've got some more cuttings going, so I'm going to grow it all the way along this fence with a trellis. And that's a security thing, and deters cats and what have you, because if you know anything about pyracanthus, you know it is lethal. And here we've got some spinach. I think this was sown January or February, I can't remember now. Planted out a few weeks back. In fact, I think these three here were January, and the smaller ones along there we're February. This area here I'm saving to grow my tomatoes up this fence, and once the weather warms up a little bit. Then we've got another rhubarb. I split the crown in January and planted half of it up here, and it's actually flowered. We let it flower because we've never seen a rhubarb plant flower before. So this one's not putting out so many stems as the other one, but I've took the flower off now. That's gone in the compost, and hopefully this one will catch up a bit. Plum tree in the corner. It's got above the fence this year, so that means it's going to get a lot more light, and hopefully that will start to take off. Couple of kale. Again, there was about 5 there, but the slugs have done the damage, so another bear trap there. And then I've been building more compost bays since the last plot update. So we've now got 4 bays. Well, we've actually got 3.5. I need a pallet just to finish that one off, but this one is pretty much full. That one is empty, and then we're filling the next one, and the idea is this will get turned into that one, that will get turned into that one, and then we can fill these 2 again. And we're producing a lot of stuff out of the garden, lots of weeds and grass cuttings, etc. So it's all good. It's all going to be good stuff. I mean, we only built this bay, I don't know, a week ago. It's half full already. There's wood chip in there, some sawdust because we cut a tree trunk down and did some logging. It's all good stuff. Over here, this pile, under there is all the turf. We've been edging the flower beds, and so we've put the turf in a pile upside down. Going to leave it covered, and hopefully that'll rot down into a nice soil that we can use. Here we've got courgettes. Now, I did do a video on this, and this is my shelter to keep them warm on a night, and on the colder nights I'll put some candles in there just to take the edge off, try and keep it 10 degrees or more. And these have been out a few days now, and so far they're looking okay. There's a butternut squash in the corner there as well, and we've actually got some courgettes growing. In fact, over there, if I can get the camera in there, it's quite a nice one. And there's another one at the back. And these were started in the little conservatory we've got February time, and I underestimated how good that room was going to be as a germination area. It's basically a heated greenhouse, and this is a result, and I had to do something and got these outside, and this cover so far has worked well. We are going to get down to 6 degrees in the week on one of the nights, so I've got a couple of big candles that I'll be putting in here, and I've also got some carpet underlay which I might throw over the top as well. Over here, leeks sown in February and then planted out. There's about 130 leeks in there. In here we've got beetroot and spring onion. Over here, this is the parsnip bed. So these were started in dissolving cardboard pots January, this row, these were February, and I've literally just sown the rest of the seeds. So this bed is now fully sowed, and hopefully we'll get lots of nice parsnips out there. This is the carrot bed. There's about 5 or 6 rows sown now, but there's nothing showing. These are Nantes variety. Broad beans, again, they were sown February, I think, in an unheated greenhouse in modules, just left and then put out. Got a few iceberg at the front, which They were really spares and went a bit spindly, but I'll put them in anyway, see what happens. Red onion. Now these were from sets because I knocked over the tray with my red onion seeds in. So I went and got some sets. So that's those. A few more lettuce at the front. Then over here we have got Solent white garlic, started in January. Now is that rust? Is that, looks like it could be a bit of rust. Is that a problem, people? Please advise me, let me know. At the back there we've got some Monge 2, and over there in the salad bed. And I was watching a live with Audrey from Real Food Comes Dirty. That's her channel, Real Food Comes Dirty. If you've not watched that channel, go and have a look. She does a live on a Thursday night, I think it is, and it's all about vegetables and gardening, and good chat with all the other people that join in. Really is a good thing, so go and check that out, Real Food Comes Dirty. And on that chat it came up that peas don't like growing with alliums, garlic bean and allium, so they may not do very well. We'll find out, but they're there now. I'm going to leave them, I'm going to let them do the thing. They are looking a little bit ill, and I think that is mostly because I put them out really early, and then we had some cold, and although peas are hardy, I think it stalled them, and they're just starting to get going again now. They're just starting to green up a bit, so hopefully they'll be okay. And over here we've got mixed salad leaves in this area, and these were put out a good month ago, maybe even more, and covered with fleece. And we're eating these now, we're picking leaves and eating them, and they're gorgeous. And then at the front here we've got iceberg, and the point is we can eat and pick the come and again salad leaves while the iceberg are growing. That's the whole point of it. Pyracanthus cuttings in there, and then some more compost that I just recently turned, and that's heating itself back up. It's now over 20 degrees. Probably won't get that hot, probably get up to about 30, but as long as it keeps rotting down, I'm happy. Okay, in here we've got some celeriac which needs potting on. All variety of tomatoes which are getting way too big, and they really need to be outside, but I can't do this week, it's too cold. But what I can do is take the side shoots and start some new plants. So that's the plan there, and then these might actually end up staying in here, and they pot them on in bigger pots, leave them in here and plant out the side shoot plants. Cucumbers, two varieties here. Again, way too big, planted too early. And then marigolds ready to go out as well. So a lot of stuff happening. Sweet peppers, bell peppers coming on nicely, and various varieties of chilies also coming on nicely. And then here we put all our strawberries out. So this is going to be the strawberry bed. Well, I hope you enjoyed that quick tour. The reason I do a veg plot tour, as well as the videos that when I'm actually working out here and doing projects and planting things and sowing things and all the rest of it, is some people prefer just to have an update once a month and just look at the progress. Other people like to watch what I'm doing and follow along with all the different developments and all the different jobs I'm getting up to. So I do it that way, and then as a subscriber or a viewer, you can choose whether you want to look at each bit or you want to just have an update once a month. So I'm going to call this the April veg plot tour, even though it is actually the 2nd of May. But this is the April one because I hadn't done one in April, and everything that you can see here was pretty much done in April. So this is the April one, and there'll be another one in May at some point. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do. Really helps the channel and it'd be much appreciated. Thanks very much.